Well, we're on the road north of Portree towards the Crang, just past the Old Manor store this morning, and going to Leal Falls. Nice waterfall over there. You can see, just see if I can zoom in a bit. It's nice over there, but it's raining again and it's windy. It is meant to brighten up a bit this afternoon though, so there's a little bit of sun just peering through up there. Well, we've walked a little bit further around now to a viewing platform, and you can go right down there, which we're going to do. You can see the path ahead. It's absolutely blowing a gale, so I think I'm going to go up this way because it's won't be too close to the edge, could get blown off here. Morning. Hello. Platform now. So you can see the old bothy down there. Try and zoom in. It's saying the men catching the fish would stay in there for in the salmon fishing season in the bothy by the shore, going home twice a week. The seals could be a problem, diving at the net to catch fish and tearing the net. But the seals need to eat as well, of course. Right, let's have a wander a little bit further round. And we're just coming down to the next viewing platform. Slowly walk down. We're going to have to walk all the way back up. Right by the sea. Hard work. Now I can't quite see the falls there, so I think we're going to go a bit further down. In fact, I think the path looks like it runs all the way to the bottom, so if that's what we're going to do, I'll bring you back a bit further down. Well, I've got a little bit further down, but the path's really boggy and it's very slippy. If I'd had my poles with me, walking poles, it'd have been a little bit easier, but nearly went over there, so I think we're going to call it a day here. We can have a view of the falls from the top. There is another viewing area, so we'll head back up, and when we get there I'll do a little video from the top looking at the falls from there. So we're going to head back up for now. Well, we're a little bit of the way back up the steps, and cracking view here, the lower waterfall there. In the distance, the high one, there is a viewing platform over there, so I'm going to head there shortly. Apologies, I'm out of breath climbing up the very steep steps, and it is blowing a hoolie. Got to be careful I don't get blown off here. So right, I'll bring you back when we get to the top. Right, we're at the back of the top now, next to the road really, car parking space, and that's small waterfall there. I say small, it's still pretty impressive, but then if I bring you over here, can we see through there? That's the main waterfall, and that's well, obviously there's been so much rain lately that it's terrific watching it, the power. Lovely to watch. Power of nature, eh? Some of these trees and the bracken are just starting to turn now with autumn colours. it's a lovely view. Well, we've now made it to the very north coast of Skye. Coming to the Skye Museum. I thought it'd be pretty quiet, but as you can see, it's not. The old houses there, so we're just about to go in shortly. Right, well, we're paid to get into the museum and we're going to have a walk around the cottages. I think there's 7 of them, did you say? Right, we're in the first one now, and there's Grandma and Grandad sat in the corner. Some bagpipes on the wall. Well, there's also a bovril. This looks like a bedroom. Decent sized bed. So the bed cover was made in 1910 by Mary McKinnon Heast. She did the full process, including the spinning, dyeing and crocheting. Vegetable dyes were used. I don't know if you can read, that's a bit dark to read. I'll have a read myself once I turn the camera off. Get my glasses on. All newspaper cutting. Bible. Children's dresses. I wonder if it's those 2 girls. I'm guessing it is. Looks like they're the dresses they're wearing in the photo. So those dresses were made in 1940, and that's when the photo was taken. Little cot. And a desk or a table. Lots of photos. And that skirt was woven in St Kilda, and St Kilda was has been unoccupied since 1930. So it's got to be at least, we're coming on for 100 years old. And some more beds, I guess, for the children. So I'm just back outside that house now, and it was owned by a John and Annie Graham, and their 10 children lived there, and was last occupied in 1957. So we'll move on to the neighbours one now. I'm guessing they're all very similar, so I won't do a video in all of them, but if there's anything different, I'll come back. This one actually looks like it's where animals were kept, because it'd be pretty wild up here, especially in winter. So, milking the cow. These posters describe the lives of the people in the cross, and it looks like they were completely self-sufficient. They'd have milk, cheese, butter, and they'd mix some of the milk with an oatmeal to make a form of black pudding. Grew potatoes, crops, everything, and washing day would be could be an almost day-long event. Using hot water that would be boiled over a peat fire. You can imagine it'd be a very tough life. You know, it's a beautiful place, but it's a harsh place as well. As we walk down to the next house, you can just see the sea there. Very misty still, so not very clear, but the sea is just got the bay in front of us over there, and that's the very north of Skye, so we're looking at the Atlantic. That particular house now is a memorial really to the Jacobite rebellion, which started in 1745 with Bonnie Prince Charlie, and there's a lot about Flora MacDonald there, who's buried just up there. I've been to the grave before, and she helped Bonnie Prince Charlie escape after the Battle of Culloden. There was a £30,000 bounty on his head at the time, and if he'd been caught he would have been killed. She helped him escape and sort of cemented a place in Scottish folklore for forever, and it's very interesting, but there's quite a few people in there, so I couldn't really talk while we're in there to the camera, but absolutely fascinating. In the next old house now, and it's been turned into a kind of storage for all the old tools that would use for farming and agriculture. And there's a video playing on there. Oh, it's just stopped. Peat cutting on Skye. This is the shop.
Post office.
Including a post office, yeah. Right, as I say, this was the post office, and the way it worked is the mail came here from Inverness and was brought by a postal runner who would carry them a distance of 118 miles to Dunvegan. It'd take him 3 days to get here, so that's nearly 40 miles a day, and a further 3 days to return to Inverness. And then on the 7th day he got a rest, which I think he deserved. There's no roads in existence, and the mail runners cross mountainous, boggy terrain. A ferryman carried them across to Sconser from Loch Carron, and his weekly wage, I'm not sure what year this was, for this task was 7 shillings and 6pence. and his load was considerably heavier, was made considerably heavier, as he also carried the mail for the Uists. So, and this, they're from post office records from 1789. So I suppose 7 shillings might have been a decent wage in 1789, but he certainly earned it. We've left the museum now, and we've come up to the grave of Flora MacDonald, who was one of the most famous women in Scottish history, really, helping Bonnie Prince Charlie escape after the Battle of Culloden and the end of the Jacobite rebellion. And I'll zoom in on the plaque there. Again, we're still on the very north side, just up from the visit to the museum we've just been to. And it's kind of bleak but beautiful up here. But yes, a very, very famous woman in Scottish history. Right, we've moved on now, and we're at the Quorang. Going to do a little walk around here. The main Quorang walks up that way. There is a walk over here. We're going to do this first. But as you can see, it is still extremely misty. Right, if we can get across this river down here, we'll have a walk up to the little brow of the hill over there. See how we go. That's down to the road up. See the two locks in the distance. Right, we've come as far as we're going to go now. It's a steep drop down there. There is a lock at the bottom. Can't really see anything. A little bit further to the top of this particular walk, but we're turning around here, then we're going to go for a walk along the Quorang. We'll come from that way, but again you can see nothing. The lock's maybe just starting to appear a little bit down at the bottom there. Right, now we're back at the Quorang car park, and been up there in the cloud past where you can see. Now we're going to do a little bit of the Quorang walk, and there's the information board. And there we've got the tree that comes sideways out of the hill. It's a popular photography spot. I photographed it myself, get a little bit closer, and you've got the two locks in the background and then the mountains, but you can't see the mountains today. We've been so far along Kerang Walk, but we're going to head back now because it's there's no views really, and it's just battering us with rain. So head back to the car park somewhere in the distance over there. See you at the next stop.
Either rock